Of this year's conference, Africa's parliaments at the forefront of addressing existential global challenges, food insecurity, climate change, and youth employment. Over the coming days, we will engage in meaningful discussions, workshops, and committee meetings to strengthen our legislative frameworks, promote good governance, and ensure sustainable development across our member states.
Food insecurity stands out as one of the most pressing challenges facing our continent. And despite Africa's vast agricultural potential, millions of our people still go hungry. The continent lags behind in attaining SDG 2 targets on food security and nutrition, as well as the Malabo Agreement on ending hunger and all forms of malnutrition come 2025. In this regard, the strategic role of parliaments is to urge and vote for enhanced public investments in agriculture and supportive sectors in terms of budgetary resources for increased supply and access to farm inputs, infrastructure, and services. Climate change is another serious threat that is already impacting adversely our continent. As a result, we are increasingly experiencing severe and long-term droughts, crop failures and famine, and similarly, intense and unpredictable rains, flooding, and sea level rise are now recurring phenomena. In this regard, parliaments and parliamentarians are duty-bound to ensure that concrete measures are taken by governments and other stakeholders to address the climate crisis through implementation of robust mitigation and adaptation measures, including adoption of green technologies. Apart from allocating a commensurate share of budgetary resources for national environmental protection programs, parliaments ought to hasten ratification and implementation of international agreements, notably the Paris Agreement and the Doha Amendment to the Kyoto Protocol. The prevailing underemployment and lack of employment prospects for the youth in African countries are driving the young people to migrate to urban centers or overseas, even in very dangerous circumstances. As a result of unemployment frustrations, the youth have become prone to extremism propaganda and even joining political riots. Under the above circumstances, parliaments are duty-bound to voice the plight of the youth, putting forward practical interventions required, and advise the executive to devise youth employment programs and to see to it that they are reasonably funded through the national budget and cooperation with other partners.